know Will raped me. You know Diddy made me suck his penis. You know what's going on. You know Charlie made me suck. Well, I'm going to give you a chapter from the book since I owed you something.
Okay.
In the book, in one of the chapters, they talk about mentorship. So I grabbed my husband. I said, listen, I don't know. I didn't know what happened. Nothing. I was just asked to come.
Is this true?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna let you about to see if it's true from the paperwork. Oh, we telling something that got paperwork involved. Will admitted to me that he had sex with Bryshere Gray, but it was consensual, right?
It's like Uncle Will, you know? Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice.
He's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's going to be all right.
A lot of stuff is about to come out about Will, Jada, and Charlie Mack. It is going to be unbelievable.
Bisexual, they do weird things in their house, and young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills, Bryshere Gray, left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
No secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will, and I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god. Right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that.
Say what now? Not Will Smith's ex-friend and former assistant's brother Bilal coming forward with wild allegations about Will and Bryshere Gray? He claims Will pressured Bryshere into inappropriate situations, and people are now side-eyeing Bryshere's current public image because of it, wondering how deep this whole mess really goes. According to Bilal, once Will was done with Bryshere, he allegedly tossed him aside and made sure doors in the industry slammed shut behind him. And if that wasn't messy enough, Bilal says the moment he started talking, Jada got furious and allegedly threatened him into silence. Now they're supposedly facing off in court, and the so-called receipts being discussed have folks online gasping and whispering non-stop. Bilal first turned up the heat during a heated interview on Tasha K's show. The tension was sky high, and he spoke like someone with nothing left to lose, making shocking claims about things he says he personally witnessed involving Will and another actor. The details he shared were disturbing, explicit, and had viewers completely stunned.
Door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will.
Let me process that for a second.
There was a couch, and Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, pulling him. Murder. There was murder in there.
As you can imagine, the internet exploded almost instantly. The interview spread like wildfire, and within hours, Jada reportedly fired back with legal threats, accusing Bilal of trying to pressure her and Will before the interview even dropped. That move had people picking sides fast, but instead of backing down, Bilal allegedly doubled down. He returned for part 2, went even harder, dragged Jada publicly, and dared her to continue the legal fight, hinting that he knows far more than what he's already shared. And just like that, this scandal went from shocking to downright chaotic. Anyway, a lot of people are actually believing Bilal because this isn't just some random loudmouth talking. This is someone who was allegedly deep inside Will's inner circle, and that alone has folks raising eyebrows. And let's be real, you rarely see someone stand this bold when a lawsuit is supposedly headed straight at them.
We put out the interview. All we put out was a clip that went ultra viral. Okay? Yeah. Everybody in the world got this clip. It was trending for days on Twitter. Okay? Before the interview comes out, what shocked me is Jada is doing her book promotional for Worthy.
Yes.
She goes to the Breakfast Club and she sits down and they ask her about you, but they can't not ask. Like, it's so huge.
Right.
And to my surprise, she answers.
Most people who make things up tend to disappear real quick, but not Bilal. He stayed loud and unbothered.
Right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a shakedown, a money shakedown that didn't work. We're going to take legal action.
The reason Will responded, the reason why Jada responded, because they know it's true. Will's never responded. And they responded in less than 9 hours.
They did. That was a fast response.
That was because he know what I saw in that dressing room. He know other things that I saw. She did all this to try to scare me, but I fear no one but Allah. Jada, listen, in 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here and I'm dropping evidence.
He even popped up on another podcast called Make It Make Sense, and baby, he had even more to unload. The way he talked, he was basically painting Will as a mini version of Diddy, and that comparison alone had the internet in chaos. According to Bilal, Will allegedly pulled young men into his world by offering mentorship and guidance. But then, he claims things would allegedly turn uncomfortable, while careers stayed stuck in the same place. Bilal suggests that once Will was done, these men were either pushed aside, quietly handed off to other powerful figures, or pressured into staying silent. He even claimed Will allegedly admitted to crossing serious lines and said there were documents that could back it up.
Story short, when I'm in Chicago, this guy's acting erratic. Like, I mean, crazy. He's getting stopped by the cops. There's male prostitutes involved. There's mental illness involved. There's drug use involved. And I'm really trying to see what happened to this guy. And one day he said, you know what happened. You know that Will R-worded me, or however y'all kind of say it on YouTube. You know that Diddy assaulted me, and you know Charlie Mack made me suck his private part, right?
And since we're already on this topic of alleged mentorship being used the wrong way, let's talk about Bryshere Gray. Rumors have been swirling for years that Bryshere may have been caught up in a similar situation involving Will and Diddy, and people are now connecting dots they once ignored. To make it even messier, Bilal suggests Bryshere's mom, Andrea, was allegedly aware of what was going on. The story floating around claims that during Bryshere's Empire days, his former manager Charlie Mack allegedly got approval from Andrea to place Bryshere around powerful industry figures for career guidance. At the time, this didn't raise alarms because Bryshere was chasing both music and acting dreams, but now people are seriously questioning everything. Having access to two major power players felt like the perfect setup to get ahead. Even Bryshere Gray seemed to believe it at the time. If you look back at his old interviews, you can hear the hope in his voice, like he truly believed Will and Diddy were about to take him straight to the top. Back then, if someone warned him things could go left, he probably would have laughed it off. But once that so-called mentorship ended, everything started going downhill fast. After his connections with Will and Diddy faded, Bryshere's life reportedly spiraled. His struggles became public, his behavior grew more erratic, and people online began watching his downfall in real time, shocked by how quickly things changed.
I was with my man Charlie Mack, so Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo, so Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he's gonna be all right.
According to Jaguar Wright, the very last thing Will was actually offering Bryshere was real guidance. She suggested that whatever was happening behind the scenes had nothing to do with mentorship and everything to do with control and image. And remember how Bryshere's life seemed to fall apart right after his ties with Will ended? One major example was a 2022 incident where Bryshere was arrested and later convicted for aggravated assault involving a woman he was seeing at the time. But that wasn't his first brush with the law. Back in 2020, things got even darker when his wife reportedly fled to a nearby gas station for help. That situation stunned fans because many people didn't even know Bryshere was married until the incident surfaced. She told authorities he had strangled her, and when police arrived at his home, he allegedly refused to come outside. It reportedly took hours of tense negotiations with a SWAT team before Bryshere finally came out. When his mugshots were released, the internet was shaken. People couldn't believe how different he looked, and many started saying it was proof of just how far his life had fallen after everything unraveled. As if this situation wasn't already messy enough, Jaguar Wright jumped back into the chaos right when everything was blowing up and dropped even more shocking claims about what Bryshere Gray was allegedly put through. She claimed the only reason Charlie Mack could even move Bryshere around industry power players was because his mom, Andrea Mayberry, was allegedly aware and involved in those decisions. Jaguar also alleged that after Cassie filed her lawsuit, Bryshere was quietly speaking with lawyers about possibly filing legal action of his own against Will and Diddy. But according to her, those plans allegedly stopped after Bryshere was warned and feared for his safety, forcing him to back off completely. Things took an even darker turn when Jaguar claimed there was a secret recording involving multiple high-profile names, saying she was one of the few people who had allegedly seen it. She did not provide proof, but the claim alone sent shockwaves across social media and had people questioning how deep this situation really goes. When it comes to the lawsuit Jaguar hinted at, many believe she was referring to a rumored $50 million case involving Will and Diddy that Bryshere was previously said to be preparing. A blind item fueled this belief, suggesting that a male victim connected to powerful industry figures might eventually come forward, adding more pressure to an already explosive situation. And remember when Bilal said he had alleged receipts? He doubled down by claiming Bryshere personally told him he was mistreated and manipulated, and that Diddy was also involved in inappropriate behavior. These are serious allegations, and they've left the public stunned and divided.
Hold them down because he was like, Charlie Mack is not going to be able to be there because him and Charlie had something else going on. I rob in Chicago for Empire. It's a damn mess. It's no other way to put it. This dude is going crazy.
There have also been long-standing rumors about Will allegedly having an intense need to control his family. Jaguar added to that by claiming Jaden moved out at just 15 years old because he couldn't handle the environment anymore. And when asked where all this information came from, Jaguar said it was Bilal who told her everything, making this entire situation feel even more tangled and alarming. And oh yeah, remember that Tasha K interview? Bilal went right back again, and this time he zeroed in on Jada hard. He publicly dragged her, accusing her of knowing what was allegedly going on and doing absolutely nothing to stop it. He blasted her character and put her behavior under a harsh spotlight, making it clear he felt she played a major role by standing back.
No secret in Hollywood that Jada hates me because I have a strong relationship with Will, and I do my own thing.
Why don't she hate Dwayne?
I can't answer that question.
Why don't she hate Dwayne Martin?
Well, she's gonna love anybody that treats her like she's a god, right? When you're a narcissist and a sociopath like she is, and I'll get into that, you want to be worshipped.
Not long after that, Bilal filed a $3 million lawsuit against Jada, claiming she threatened his life after he refused to be silenced. According to the lawsuit, the confrontation allegedly went down in September 2021 at the Regency Calabasas Commons, where Jada supposedly warned him that if he kept talking, he could end up missing or seriously harmed. That claim alone had people shook. The lawsuit also alleges Jada tried to force him into signing a non-disclosure agreement. When he refused, he claims she followed him to his car while continuing to make verbal threats. After that, Bilal says he started receiving warnings and intimidation from people connected to Will and Jada, which only made the situation feel even more dangerous. Meanwhile, the internet had a lot to say. One person brought up Jaguar Wright's claim that some young men allegedly ran out of the Smiths' house terrified, and that even their own kids supposedly avoided being there. Another commenter pointed out how Bilal described Bryshere Gray as scared, vulnerable, and begging for silence, saying that fear explained why Bryshere eventually crashed out the way he did. People are now saying Bryshere had nobody he could truly trust, and that isolation pushed him over the edge. But now it's your turn. What do you think? Do you believe Will crossed serious lines with Bryshere Gray? And do you think Bryshere will ever step forward and tell his full story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and let everyone know what side you're on. And make sure you click to watch that other messy video next, because this story is far from over.